Baseline hit, some more eight line this. You can take my shit. Baseline hit, some more eight line this. Buy me a whip, then I take my pick, and I find me a chick that can make my bitch.
This is one of the many highlights from the new EP Venom, just released by dubstep pioneer Mount Eden. Jesse Cooper is back after several years away from music, and we found him where else but in Mount Eden, Auckland on release day, where he's excited to be back.
I released at 12 midnight last night, so I stayed up till then.
Did you? That's good.
I was so excited.
Good
I was
on
in
ya.
bed.
That's nice.
I was in bed, woke up and grabbed a beer, and yeah.
You getting any reactions from folks yet? Have they?
Still
flooding in?
early days. Yeah, it's quite a bit coming in from America, which is predominantly our the landscape of where the fan base is based.
Right.
And yeah, no, it's good.
And why do you think the U.S. is where your fan base is based?
I think it's they have quite a strong dubstep electronic scene there, and there's
Right.
quite a lot of people there, as you yeah, it's great.
And of course, with your Sierra Leone track from years back, you're considered kind of a pioneer. And so does it make you feel old feeling like when people refer to you as things like that? Yeah.
Yeah, like, the crowds get younger
Yeah.
and I get older.
Well, join the
Basically,
party.
it does. Yeah. But no, I still feel young though. Yeah, it does actually make me feel old in a sense where, Sierra Leone was made in, here we go, 2008.
Yeah.
And I made it in this very bedroom.
Really?
Yeah. My older brother and myself used to bunk bed in this room, and we were using my mum's laptop, and it was back in when we had the floppy disks, and we just kind of make do with what we had.
Yeah. Now you can just hang those discs on your wall, and
Yeah.
kids will go, "What's that?"
Yeah. Oh, funny.
All right, but we got Venom out now, and that's very
Yep.
exciting. So tell me how this started coming together for you.
So where do I start? So I made a couple of made 5 drafts, and that started about 3 months ago. And they were just, minute clips that I had wrote. And then my manager said to me in December, end of November, he says, "How do you feel about putting out an EP in the next week and a half?"
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, geez, I don't know if I can," but in my head, I was like, "This is a challenge that I could take."
Right.
So we were able to deliver an EP of 5 tracks, just under 2 weeks.
Yep. Not bad.
With the artwork, and it's a silly time of the year and getting public publicity out there. So yeah, I don't know, it was just one of those things where it felt so exciting to do something really,
Right.
put it all together. And it took a lot of time trying to choose which track to go onto the EP. So I've got so much unfinished projects.
Right.
I was like, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then sent a whole bunch of them to my manager, Lewis, and he was like, yep, I'm happy with this. And we just went with it.
All right. So what kind of, for you, makes these 5 tracks the ones that kind of work together in this EP?
They all have like a different feel, different soundscapes. The idea of this EP was just to have fun, club bangers, summer tunes, for Kiwi, hunters. And I think I had a lot of fun writing this EP. That was the main thing of it, and that was the first 4 tracks, and then the last track, Faded, was more leaning towards the Mount Eden, the emotional, heartfelt, but still kind of has a bit of drive to it. So yeah, it was actually a lot of fun writing this EP.
Well, okay. All right. I know you have one called Jesse James, which it seems to have kind of a spaghetti Western kind of vibe going on. Maybe you can go into that a little bit.
Misunderstood, done bad shit to feel good.
Yeah. Oh, so Jesse James. So the story goes is that I've got a mate called James, and he's one of my best mates, and we've just always had each other's backs, and we've been through a few loopholes in our life, and we've just kind of supported each other, and we've grown together, and we've achieved some amazing things in our lives, and we just felt like by the end of all of these challenges in our life, we feel like you know proud of ourselves
Right.
in that sense of like we feel like bad men.
Yeah.
Like nothing can take us down now.
Yep. Just like Jesse James.
Just like Jesse James. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And is that whistling in the background or is that something created?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's some whistling. We've got some guitars. Yeah, I just went with like a real Western um badass song.
Good on you. Excellent. All right. Um, and I think I read somewhere where something referred to this as a comeback for you. Is that accurate? Where did you go if you were coming back from where?
Um, Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's because, I have taken a bit of a break from the music scene. I've been doing it since 2008.
Yeah,
We did, 48 shows in 2 months, lengthy tours over across America, Europe, and you know, after doing that, I took about a 5 year break from the music scene because, it was quite tiring and I was losing a lot of years of my life
fair enough.
health-wise.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
we were living like rock stars. So it's nice to be back and having music and starting fresh and yeah,
Right.
it's good. Good
So
taking
when
it.
you're not making music, what are you doing?
Oh, wow, good question. I over COVID, I picked up a new job doing landscaping.
Okay.
And I thought, because when you're writing music in the studio, it can get a bit lonely. So I go out there and it's good fitness too. And it's nice to
That's
be
true.
out in the outdoors and talking to the bros at work and learning a new skill. So that's what I'm doing. It was either landscaping or go to the gym. So landscaping was my
Yeah.
choice of.
Well, for me, if I'm planning on going to the gym, I look at it as like, well, I'll just walk to the gym and back, and then I don't need to go into the gym and do all that stuff. And it's
Yeah.
cheaper and it's easier.
Yeah.
It's probably just as
Just walk to the
effective.
front. Yeah.
There you go.
Um,
Yeah. So was there something that inspired you, motivated you to get back into it?
um, yeah, so getting back into the music, how do I start this one? It was actually my girlfriend.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they actually got me into it. So it just gave me that next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what really inspired me. And then one track led to the other. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna release it. Let's go.
Right. Because I mean, way back in the day, Leone took off. It just like went ballistic, uh, viral, as we would say now. Um,
Yeah.
but chances of that happening again, what do you think? Do you think about that, or what are your expectations for this EP?
Yeah, so when Sierra Leone was released, that was a bit of a special story, that one.
Yeah.
That was when YouTube just started,
Right.
and it was also, timing, the sound, everything was just timed so well, and it wasn't forced. It was more the fans had connected to it in such a way it just blew up.
Yeah.
Um, what is it? 20, I don't know how many views is it. Yeah, I don't really check it that often, but
Millions of them. Yeah.
yeah, it's special to a lot of people, and
Yeah.
I think back then it was when I say back then, but we had Bebo instead of Facebook,
Right.
MySpace, it
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Yeah.
very
Yeah.
innocent days of the internet world. And now social media has changed a lot. Everyone's become more content creators, and musicians tend to lean to that. And I've seen that change, and everyone's seeing that change. And it's a highly saturated market at this stage, which it wasn't then.
Yep.
Dubstep
Yep.
was such a new genre at the
Yep.
time, and drum and bass had been around for some time too. So I initially started with drum and bass, and yeah, I think with the EP now, it's just don't stop and just keep creating content to engage with the audience rather than what it was back then.
Yep. And for a lot of people, the music is also driven by the technology and the upgrades. And are you one of
Yeah.
those guys?
I'm just starting to get my head around AI
Oh yeah.
and all that stuff, like the prompts and how it can use it to your benefit. It is quite scary when it was starting to come in, but it's now affecting the music scene in a way where it's like, where do you start?
Yeah.
And the technology and these new plugins to help with your music creating. And I'm just starting to like find my groove with it.
Right. 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 And of course, electronic music in general is a genre that almost by definition is changing constantly. So how do you keep up
Yeah.
with it? Are there things that you're listening to that you go, oh man, I could get into doing something like that?
Oh, there is an abundance of music out there. It's insane. Subgenres,
Yeah.
people recreating a new genre out of
Yep.
three different genres. It's really cool though. I love the inspiration that's coming out. Like a lot of young producers coming out with some dope music. It's just yeah. I always get a lot of inspiration on Instagram and following pages and seeing who's remixing and what's in and being able to take some music from there and put it in my DJ sets, or
Right.
I'll take a little bit from there and be like, oh yeah, that's a really cool sound. I'll add that into the Mount Eden,
Yep.
and yeah, it's but that's the beauty of it. You wanna stay fresh. You don't wanna be in this one dimensional square box. You want to be able to
Yep.
spread your wings a little bit.
Yeah. 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 So over the course of the next couple of weeks, are you out there DJing? It's the summer
Yeah,
season. What are you going to be
so we
doing?
start. What's that? Oh well, first I'm gonna have Christmas and
Yeah. Well,
chill
yeah.
and go to the beach. But yeah, in February we'll start touring and playing
Yeah.
some shows. Yeah, so that's going to be exciting. And yeah, we've got a new team together for Mount Eden. So we're just finding each other's groove at the moment, but it's going really well at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds very exciting. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go because, like I said, it's release day and you
Yeah.
probably got some celebrating to do. So, and Christmas
Yeah.
shopping to do as well. So,
Yeah.
there you go. But
Yeah.
thanks for taking time to talk to me and good luck with everything.
Hey, thanks again. Appreciate it.
If you enjoyed this episode of the 13th Floor's Music Talk series, please be sure to subscribe to the website or to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram and wherever you find your podcasts. There's a whole lot more to discover.